Welcome back. It's been let's call it a long while. We finished the barn, as you've seen in those last few episodes, and then from then on it's just been pretty hectic with life, getting stuff done. So, sorry, haven't done much on YouTube, but I'm back into it. We're just coming towards the end of the 2023 drift season. We've had a pretty good year. This thing behind me is not been the most happy car that I've ever had, so we really just put him in the corner and left it alone. That's why it's on the left, so you're going to find out what's going on with that. We decided we really needed to get a seat time car, so we looked around. I'm basically have a few friends here helping me, but predominantly I'm by myself doing most of the work, so I didn't want to take on a whole build, or I was going to do an engine swap into another car I have there. But I just decided I've done that so many times, I know how much work's involved, and I really shouldn't be messing with that. So C6 it is, basic reasons, pretty sick looking car. Chassis good, straight off the bat, we don't need to do a lot of work to that. We've got support from Wisefab, and now have a full front and rear setup on these cars, so kind of always been running Wisefab basically since I found out about them. Probably 10 years ago now I found out about them, and I actually sell Wisefab, so just made sense. So that was another tick in the right box. It's LS based, so I've always had LS's. Obviously got the Barra behind me there, but you know, we're in America, plenty of LS's. And then Hooper's Heads, which has been an amazing support this year, they do LS heads, so that made sense. Fluid dampener, they also do a dampener for the car, so all around seemed like the best decision. Looks cool, should be pretty fun to drive. So we've got a bit of work to do to him. The E92 has been pretty solid this year. We did break the good motor. Honestly started a video on that, but yeah, didn't do very well at it, so kind of just didn't put it out, sorry. But basically we dropped the valve and that ruined the motor. Made a complete mess essentially. So the big motor came out, we put a 6-litre truck motor in it, and she's been solid. I have literally beat the absolute out of that thing, and we gapped the rings, we put some good set of Hooper's Heads on it, we got our dry sump on it, and she's been solid. We do have a engine getting built for that in this coming up in the off season, so that thing will be getting a fresh heart, new bullet for it, so that should be pretty sick. Yeah, let's just do a quick run through of what the plans are for this winter, and then you guys can follow me along as we do what we do. So, I love my whiteboards. Anyone that knows me knows I love my whiteboards. So, Ram, tow truck. We did get a new tow vehicle this summer, so we got rid of the old Chevy 3500 Duramax, because honestly the Duramax sucks to work on. So I won't be owning another Duramax unless, I don't know, I can't see myself owning a Duramax. So we got ourselves a 2500 HD Cummins. Pretty stoked on that thing actually, it's sick. So we got that. I did some fuel economy modifications to that, so that's all complete, but we do have these 2 steps left to do. So over winter we're going to do the PCV system, get that sorted so it's not just pumping oil straight into the turbo, because that kind of sucks. And then there's a modification to do so that we can relocate the water from the back of the cylinder head into the front of the cooling system. So we're going to get those 2 things done to the truck, and it should be pretty bulletproof after that, so that thing should serve me well for a few years. Next one on the chopping board is the E92, and there's, as you can see, we got quite a list. So the main couple of main things, that thing's got steel quarters on it, and a couple of events we did this year, I got way too ambitious. I thought I was going to go out and try to do this top qualifying run, and really just sucked. So we put it into the wall pretty hard. So I want to cut the rear quarters off, do some sort of composite panels on the back there, so instead of having like 2 inches of mistakes, I can have like 12 inches of mistakes. So that's happening this year. That looks like I destroyed 1/4 panel on that thing, so pretty much has to be done. we hit it that hard. We destroyed the boot. It's patched up for now, but kind of looks pretty ratty. So we want to get a new one of them. I've been working with Fuel Lab for a couple of years, so we're going to go for a whole Fuel Lab system in the back of that car. So that should be pretty sweet. And when we put the new motor in, I think we're going to be using one of the brushless pumps, single pump. So it's going to be pretty sweet on our alternator. It's going to draw a lot less current than the existing combo. So we'll do a video about that and talk about why we did it and what we had. And yeah, we'll get it tuned and you can see real life data of what happened there. So that should be pretty sick. Front subframe, I hit the wall. It's kind of not great right now, but the wheel line's good enough to drive. So, but while we pull the engine, we'll get that out swapped. Headlights, there's quite a few night events we do here. The headlights in the car suck at the moment, so we need to come up with a nice solution for that. We working with a buddy Shane, so probably I think we got an idea. We should have something pretty cool, so we'll work on that, get that done over winter. I do have rear housings and turbos up here. She's pretty laggy. Works really well on the stock motor because the boost just doesn't come on early. I don't know, either I need to man up and just drive it like a boss, or I don't know, we'll make that decision. The new engine does have a few more cubes, but it's nowhere near as big as the old engine, so I don't know, we'll think about that. It's got a question mark. It's got a question mark, so we'll see what we do there. We might, I don't know. It's not really today's problem, that's for sure. Maybe we'll get a turbo sponsor, I don't know. Thermo fans, we've been running some Spal 16-inch fans in that thing for a long time. I've noticed on the PDM data that the current's going up a bit, so we really should do something about that before it becomes disappointing. So I think I'm going to try and get a set of brushless fans for that. That's what I really would like to do. So we're going to go with that. We do have a livery change coming up. We've got a few sponsors come on board for this year that are going to, help me get to where I need to be. So that'll be cool. Amy's working on that. I got raised the driver's seat. Important one. I've always sat pretty low. Never really thought it was a problem. I sit really low in this car. I've had one of my friends, Dan, sit in it, which is like, he's a pretty professional driver. And he was like, whoa, this is ridiculously low. And he picked some other things up with the suspension in the car that's really helped. So I've done all the changes he recommended. That really helped me. So it's on the board, it's getting done. So driver's seat's getting raised. Maybe I'll be able to see over the hood. So see if that helps me or not. Fresh engine. Samtech down in Houston, Texas is building a fresh engine for us. It's kind of pretty cool. She's pretty basic, as in the package we're running. It's a 6-litre block, like GM factory 6-litre block with a LAT crank in it, and just pistons and rods. And that's going to have a really nice set of Hooper's heads on it. So should be a solid little combo. We should be able to run it up to around the sort of 1,000, 1,100 horse. And pretty excited to get that thing in there. Then we just got fresh plugs, fresh leads. Obviously the plugs that definitely have to happen, but the leads have been in there for over a year now. I've been pretty reckless this end of the season with this truck motor in there. I've been getting it all pretty warm under that engine bay, having some fun. So got a fresh set of leads in for that fresh motor. I've got changed the rear wheel studs. They did let us down a couple of years back at LS Fest, so we're going to change them out, just save any dramas. And then we got Excess Power, which is the battery, the company that is working with us now. So I'm going to show you in this video. We're going to do a proper video of it. This is the one they've supplied us, but it's got more CCA than everything else we have, like the ones we're using at the moment. But I put this in pounds for grams. Ounces, pounds. So since we're in America, we're working pounds. This thing weighs almost 10 pounds, which is like amazing. So we will do a video of us installing this in. I do have batteries for all the cars, so we'll do a video of it, like pros and cons and why we're doing it. And yeah, it's super light, man. This thing's like, I don't know, it's lighter than this camera I'm holding, to be honest with you. About the same weight probably. But yeah, so that's pretty sick. So take some weight out of that thing. She's pretty heavy, so I'll take some weight out of it. And then that's pretty much E92 buttoned up, so nothing too ambitious. Normally I get like real stupid and I'll build a new car and I'll just get done with it. But no, we're going to be sensible this off season. We're going to like set some targets and we're going to try and get it all done. So when we come to the end of the off season, drift time. The C6. So this is going to be the seat time car. We haven't got anything on there that's too like ambitious or like, you know, the chance is not going to get done. So hydro setup in it. There's a couple of companies that do make some things. I don't know, we might even come up with our own solution for that, but needs a hydro handbrake. Probably use a Rad Industries handle with the base that they run, so probably definitely going to get that, but the rest of it's up in the air exactly how we're going to do it, whether we do an inline or another caliper. Haven't really made that decision yet, so I honestly don't care. I'll drive whatever one. I don't really have a personal preference of I like this or like that. It doesn't. Honestly, I don't use the handbrake unless I really put myself in a position where I don't really want to be, and I use it to extend or modify or like setting. But yeah, whatever it is, we'll make it work. A lock kit, as I said, Wisefab make a lock kit. I do have a little SLR mini kit here. I'm just contemplating what I do, whether I use that since it came with the car, or I just sell that and go for what I'd normally run. I'm kind of up in the air. We'll just see how finances go. Steering wheel, I just like nice, probably a leather steering wheel. I think that's usually what I've usually run that I'm pretty happy with. So it's pretty simple, easy thing to do. I probably could drift it with what it is. It does have a round steering wheel at the moment, but I don't know. We'll make that decision when we get there. Coilovers. It has QA1 coilovers in it, which would honestly probably work. It's pretty stiff. They seem to be pretty grippy anyway. Like I've done a couple little skids in it here and there on the out the front of the shop actually. We might just leave it. We might not. I don't know. That's we'll see what we can do sponsor wise. I think with coilovers, and we'll make a decision on that. Set of wheels. Just has stock wheels on it at the moment that are black. It kind of works, but we'd like to upgrade them. Full Hot Shots oil. So Hot Shots is our oil sponsor. Bora in America. Super good company, super good dudes. So we've got ourselves a nice, they make some racing oil. So we'll probably, I think this thing's probably going to end up with this one here. It's kind of suits the clearances we're running in that motor. I'm sure the oil's going to get super hot in that thing. So yeah, and I actually haven't worked out what I'm going to do in the trans and diff setup yet. It will be a hot shot solution, but I only just got the car and I really haven't spoken to them about what they'd recommend. So we'll go with their recommendation. We have been doing oil sampling and testing on all the stuff we've been using. So we kind of sampled what I had in it, pulled that out, and then sampled their oil in there, and then I've been monitoring data. So we got some good information from that. Probably the biggest thing that I could take away is the oil runs a little cooler, which is like, I don't actually know how that happens. It's kind of weird, but that happened. And we got more consistent pressure when it gets hot. So I will get my oil temps to at least 260. Like if we're hot lapping 260, 270 F. If we're hot lapping that thing, so it's definitely warm and the oil just stays consistent. So that's kind of my biggest win. We have been like getting it really hot, like over 280, and then sampling it. So we got some pretty good data. So we know the oil doesn't break down over 280. So that's kind of cool. So super stoked to have those guys on board and look forward to where that goes. Tune and ECU. Realistically, I should just do HP tuners and, you know, it's a pretty basic motor. It doesn't have any electrical issues yet. So I probably should just leave that alone. Link has just released a harness to go straight to LS to the Link ECU. So maybe we'll just see how time goes, I think, for that one. It's, I I just know as soon as you start pulling stuff apart, something won't work and it could turn into quite a job. So I don't know. I want to make sure I'm ready to go for the end of the season. Cooling upgrades. So one thing about the vets is they're pretty notorious for getting warm. Like if you beat on it, well, I don't actually know because I haven't had one or driven one, but I know LSs get warm. So we'll probably work out what we're going to do. I don't know. Probably put a nice aluminum radiator in it. And the factory fans kind of work okay, but maybe we'll upgrade the fans and probably put an oil cooler on it. I think that will be the cooling mods that get done to this car. That should be enough to get us through. We're not really making a lot of power or anything. She's an NA. I'll just kind of see where it goes. You can honestly get an NA LS pretty hot and get away with it. So we'll just see what happens to that thing. But I think we do need to do some mods that I want to roll out at the start of the season and, you know, try and create content just by knowing I got drama. So we'll get that sorted. The alternator, super simple one. There's a cracked plug on the alternator at the moment. We just buy a new, probably a genuine one, unless we can find something cool to go on there, but the genuine one will do what we want. So it might just be a genuine one. Then we got a livery. Amy's working on that. That's should be pretty cool with what we're planning. Could be ambitious to get everything done, so that's kind of got a question mark against it as well. Fuel pump, fuel lab, see if they got a solution for us. Might be just a drop-in pump, just to make sure we don't have any dramas with fuel supply. And everything else should be, you know, working pretty good. They're pretty basic. The engine's pretty basic, so we probably shouldn't get too ambitious with that. And then we're going to go for the lithium battery from Excess Power and that thing as well, so that's cool. Then we got the ute on the board. Ah, sorry, buddy. So this thing has been like, I don't know. I've had it for a while. We kind of built it just to show that the Barra is going to last. Monster Torque helped me out with that engine combo. It's been super reliable, the engine. I really just don't enjoy driving the ute that much. Like, people get pretty hyped on it, but I don't know. It's not really like, it's not me. So, gonna get rid of the ute. The ute's gonna go. So, that'll be our next video, stripping this thing. So, we're gonna got a bit of money in the motor, got a bit of money in the trans, and we got a bit of money in the ECU that people just don't really seem to want to pay for. So, I don't know. We're going to just pull that out. I could use that in something one day. So I'll stick that to the side. That can be a one-day project, and we'll get rid of the shell because, honestly, as you can see in here, the shop is packed. So we've got the Corvette there, we've got another E92 cage shell there, and we've got the main Drift Bunny E92 sitting in there as well. So she's pretty packed. We need to make some room in here so we can get some stuff done. I can honestly only drift one car at a time. So next season I'll be down just to have two nice running drift cars. So the C6 and the E92 is it. And then we do have that other E92 shell there that's in the shop. It's probably like 80% there. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe if we get to the end of the winter and I got time, we might do something cool. But honestly, for the moment, if I get all this stuff done on the board over the next 4 months, it's going to be a busy 4 months, but we'll be pretty successful. So that's what we're aiming for. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. So that's kind of an update of where we are leading into the break. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to knock out a lot of projects. See how it all goes, you know. Should be pretty sick. I'm looking forward to it. Next year's going to be pretty sweet. America's been pretty good to me. Yeah, let's just see how it all goes. Thanks for watching, guys, and this thing's next. It's going on the chopping block. Let's get it done. See where we go. Thank you.